Well, what a day to be in Lunar Classic. We pretty much called this on the channel. We've seen a massive spike in both volume and price today, both with Lunar Classic and UST. Well, the question is why? What is it all about? Is it sustainable? And is this a sign of things to come? Well, we're going to break it down in this video, particularly looking at exactly what has happened. So if that's something you like and you are into Terra Lunar Classic, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We talk about cryptocurrency and Terra Lunar Classic every single day right here. And come and join our live streams, 4 p.m. Eastern, every single day. Now, let's get over here to take a look at the chart. Now, Lunar Classic, we had this really nice channel on the daily drone. We supported here, bounced off it. We said yesterday on the live stream we were looking for 3 touch points, maybe 4, without a significant bounce off, and we literally got 3 in a row, and then boom, a massive spike today, 20.44% up, price breaking into the 2s, and it has maintained it there. If we move into USTC, a gigantic spike, massive volume coming into both Lunar Classic, massive volume coming into USTC ahead of the potential repeg. But I think people are getting a bit ahead of themselves, so I would expect this to pull back a little bit. Likewise, a lot of the Indian markets moving aggressively into Lunar Classic. As we know, WazirX and Binance somehow have fallen out with each other, and is this driving people to these? But really nicely bought this. Now, we've got a couple of points. If we move into the slightly nearer time frame, going into the hour, you can see there's a couple of touch points that we bounced off and came to retest again. So this kind of 205 level would be looking to break and then head on up, potentially even going to the 2.3s. Once we get past that, it's a pretty straight sailing, potentially up to 25. So we could see a really strong week for Lunar Classic if we continue the sentiment. Now, coming over to the global crypto market, 1.08 trillion. You can see a lot of green out there, just turning in the last hour. So definitely sentiment feels strong. Do we get the Asian market buying coming soon as well? Is quite possible. If we scroll down, we can see as well Terra Lunar Classic rapidly moving up the list. We see 44th highest value cryptocurrency right now by market capitalization. There's a couple of points to reference. We are now a $1.2 billion market cap project, and look at the volume, 634 million. That tells you exactly what the sentiment was today. That tells you exactly how much volume came in. That's a 6x on volume from yesterday. And why? Well, here it is. Terra USDC surges 66% following approval to repeg to $1. Now, again, remember, this isn't approved yet. It's got 2 days left to go through on the vote for the Ziggy repeg USTC. And again, some people just get a bit ahead of themselves. You always know when Terra Lunar Classic's moving because all of them come out of the woodwork and start talking about what's going on. But Terra Classic stablecoin USTC has surged over 60% following a governance approval to repeg the stablecoin. Now, you could argue that it is going to pass, as we obviously have passed the threshold, but it hasn't gone through just yet. It says, following the collapse, Terra Empire May 22, all that kind of good stuff. The algorithmic stablecoin and sister token Luna collapsed, but the community proposal seeks to restore USTC to a peg through a combination of strategies, which includes holding reserves in multiple assets, implementing a buyback and burn mechanism to regulate the supply and demand of USTC, which is ultimately what it was doing before, paying out interest in US dollars to incentivize holders to keep USTC when it is below peg and charge interest when it's above, and integrating multiple Oracle systems that provide exchange rate data to reduce the risk of manipulation by a single Oracle. And again, what there also is there is that ambition to, if it moved aggressively, stop the ability for both mint and burn to ensure that we don't go through the same thing again. So again, what we have as well that's come out from the Lunar Classic community is XRP's stablecoin. The algorithmic stablecoin DJEDGE that launched today has also come out. So again, this kind of view of the algorithmic stablecoin as a utility is back out and in the space. So this is a great sign for Lunar Classic. Really good to see. We've got 60% up on USTC and 20.5% on Terra Lunar Classic. Does this continue? That's the big question. A lot of people are obviously waiting to see what happens. And I guess this is what can happen with Terra Lunar Classic. When you think about volume and you think about potential FOMO buys in, well, this is exactly what we talk about. You can see that we've got a massive spike in, and ultimately it drives a massive amount of volume into it. You know, a 6x on volume is pretty crazy. So again, it's always good to see that move, and you can kind of see it everywhere. Again, over here on FX Street, again, Terra Lunar Classic community has passed the proposal. The goal is to rebuild the stablecoin yield price at 18% gains, 67.5 on USTC. So right right now, everybody's talking about it. This is what really starts to drive Terra Luna Classic. This is the thing that particularly volatile currencies like Luna Classic, they thrive on news. They thrive on people hearing about it. And, you know, all you got to do is open YouTube today. There are a number of people that haven't talked about Terra Luna Classic for months, have all started producing videos, live streams, all talking about it. It's big news. And if anything, this drives even more FOMO, even more people looking at Terra Luna Classic. And I think this is where we can really start to see some volume significantly come back into Luna Classic. All going to be in good time. And again, to get this kind of spike up, again, it looks like it wants to run this 20,500. We're going to test again for the 5th time. I think if we break, we could be in for a pretty strong move for Luna Classic, but time will tell. Hopefully we get the market sentiment, but it's a great day to be holding Luna Classic. It's a great day to be covering this. Money flow looking amazing. We're going to keep you up to date with everything going on, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you have made some money today on Luna Classic, be sure to give this video a like. Let's try and break 500 likes on this one. It deserves it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.